So while Sherry is doing the yogurt making, and stepping away from that, so she came up with the Undermountain. It's a mountain that moved itself under the surface of the Earth, and to reach it, you either go through a whirlpool in the sea, go out there, or there are ways, if you know the right streams, you can get to it through there. Collection of goblins there. They collect things, they gather things, and they have a goblin emporium where you can get objects, but more often you can get information and such. And they have a big, deep down cavern there, sort of full of strangeness, and a little hard to get to, but an excellent source. And then, Rich, do you want to sum up yours, or should I read through?
The summary was the Great Eagle's Eyrie, which is located on the highest strata of Volant, which is the air kingdoms of Sky and Stone. And in the Great Eagle's Eyrie, there are, of course, the giant eagles, who are wise, and it's very difficult to get to see them, so they are nice and cryptic with any wisdom that they hand out.
How big? Are we talking like Tolkien Great Eagles, or bigger than that?
I like Tolkien Great Eagles. I'm good with that.
It's good sized. All right. And then, Misha, do you want to talk about yours?
The idea I threw out was the planes of the unicorn armies. We've got several hundred different more horse-type warrior unicorns that kind of are nice to humans, but generally look down on them and think their unicorns are the top of the pile, so to speak. They're mostly horse-ish colored, but they're also kind of rainbow spectrum colored, so a little bit of My Little Pony, a little bit of horse-ishness.
Okay. And big, and also fierce, potentially.
Oh, definitely fierce. They were definitely, the unicorn armies were instrumental in defeating the evil.
Okay.
And they probably suffered heavy losses and have angst and sagas to sing about that.
Are they immortal, like elves, or...?
I don't think we know.
Okay.
We know that they can be killed, but we don't know how long they live. We don't know if they die of natural causes.
Okay. Do they know?
Why would they tell us?
Okay, fair enough. Andrea.
I talked about Grandmother Bloom and the pollen pixies that roam the jungles, playing pranks on people. They're supposed to teach lessons, but mostly they just annoy people and animals. And they live in flowers, and they're very brightly colored.
And finger-sized, you said, right?
And finger-sized.
Okay. I have to get that set. All right, so let me very quickly recap where we are from last time. You had arrived. You had a chance to speak with your friend Raccoon, and he had very little in the way of idea about where you go. And in fact, when Raven did a divination, he saw that everything was swirling around. And he got a reading on the heroes who were alive or dead, that there were 4 living and 1 dead. Uncertain whether that applies to your group or to the group of other heroes. Not sure which that fits with. And you gathered some materials together. You were able to figure out that to the south is the wild jungle. To the west is probably the rolling hills. To the north are these streamways. And so there was sort of general talk about which direction to head in when you were set upon by the flying cups and saucers of the Firefly Barons' Earwig Knights. And you climbed up on this various airship wreckage and were able to use the lightning gun that was attached to this to call down the lightning to strike the various forces there, even as Rich, I'm so terrible with names here, Ignacio.
It's partially my fault. I haven't put up my lower third. I will do that now to make things easier.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. So, can somebody pull up Dice Stream so I can add it to my toolbox? Or Let's see. Thank you. I will use that app, and I will pull that up. We will see how long this will last. Great. Okay. It didn't even go this time. Thank you, lower third. We're not working at all. All right. I still got to work on that.
I'm
I
not
had
working
it.
at all either.
Okay.
My dice won't work either.
I don't think they
Weird.
worked in the in-browser Hangouts like this.
Well, we were able to get it last time.
Mine works.
Weird.
Rich is just
Yeah.
rubbing it in now.
That's bizarre.
But Rich, are
Okay.
you looking at it in a tab, or are you looking at it in a pop-out window without tabs across the top?
I think you may not be in the classic Hangouts, Misha. You may want to go to the original version.
I am in the original version of Hangouts, but I am in a browsered Hangout link.
Oh,
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
am I.
think it works that way. But
if you exit
Rich,
out, of that, and if you've got Hangout chat, you can actually go down to the chat window and click on that link to get into the video call, and it'll pop out as its own Hangouts app thing.
I see what I've done. Hang on
Okay,
a second.
I'm gonna
I'll
try
be right
this
back.
thing.
Okay, I'll wait before I attempt it. I probably won't since I'm running
It
the
won't
report
work
on it.
for you.
Yeah. So I don't have to roll, so it's all good. Just know that I am the GM.
Here we
I
go.
think I can remember that.
Okay. For those watching at home, I am still the GM. Sure, will exit out and come back in.
Oh God.
Oops. We won't answer that.
What is happening right now? Hey, this looks promising.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that came up.
Thank you, Rich.
Were you able to get in, Misha?
Can
You're
you see
most
me? Can you hear
welcome.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, because this URL is through plus.google.com instead of hangouts.google.com.
Okay.
And I don't
So
think
weird.
that the third-party developer apps work with hangouts.google.com. I think they only work with plus.google.com Hangouts.
So nuts. All right. So while Ignacio was fighting and the lightning struck the great flying armoire, and we had Charlie and Raven working with the lightning gun, and even as the ship started to go down, Dee was able to fly over and just barely catch Ignacio from that. And we're going to take up there. A few of you injured, your shins injured, Charlie, and I know that Ignacio, you took some cuts there as well from the flying saucer and its razor sharp edge. But we're actually going to start with you, Ignacio, because you kind of said something that you wanted to do at the end of last session, and that was that you wanted to search around for prisoners or survivors, right?
That's right. It's an armoire, and there were lots of drawers, so I want to make sure there is no one who could be hurt by this thing crashing.
Absolutely. It looks like the various earwig knights have flopped over on their back in their armor, their little legs up. They have little X's for eyes. You're uncertain whether that's some sort of hibernation or in fact they've passed on. But you will wend your way through the wreckage here. Lots of bits of broken china and stuff. Great slabs of that around. And of course, probably the earwig mess hall has busted open. So there's just this volumes of wood pulp that has spilled out onto the landscape. But you will hear noises, clearly movement back there, and you realize that in fact there is someone, not an earwig, trying to make their way out of the wreckage there.
Oh, well, I move as quickly as I can with my spear at my side, so I can pry open any of the wood pieces or pulp if need be. And here, I can help you out.
All right, you have a pretty good tough, right?
I do have a pretty good tough, +2.
I don't think it's necessary for us to roll there.
That's good, because I would fail.
Yes.
So
You will pull this wreckage aside. The others are probably coming behind you, and you will see this woman, dazed, kind of pulling herself up and out. And I have a picture of her. Let me copy that, and I will drop it into the session notes doc.
I will go to the session notes doc.
Okay. And I do that because screen sharing never works for me. Let's see here. Okay, let me get the illustration. Insert image. Oh, that's how you're going to do it, right? Okay. This is how the sausage is made. And there we go. So,
Hold on.
yes,
Is it down at the bottom?
it is down at the very bottom.
Oh, it's the Dietrich Lizzie art?
Yes.
Oh, so cool.
She has very, very sharp features. You'll see she has feathers as jewelry, feathers on the clothing, and kind of a weird. It looks like it's maybe she herself echoes that, and she looks up at you, absolutely terrified.
I'm here to help. Don't worry, you're not in any trouble. Can you fly?
Can I? What? Can I?
The feathers, come, and I'll reach for her to kind of pull her free.
She'll put her hand out and push herself up, and you will rescue this damsel, Ignacio. So you pull her out of it, pull her to the surface. The rest of you will see her as she kind of looks very softly at Ignacio, but then she turns and she gives all of you the Hawkeye. And then she turns to you and goes, "What? Who are you?"
I'm Ignacio, and these are my friends. We are here to help. We defeated the Baron.
The Baron is dead?
Well, I think back to breaking the glass, the fireflies going out. I don't know if that means he's dead. He's no longer a threat. He's been defeated.
You and she looks at the four of you and she goes, you're not from the realm.
No.
We're of the realm, not from the realm.
All right. And she'll kind of let you lead her down, and looks around, and she says, "Well," because she kind of leans on you, Ignacio, certainly, and she's a wisp of a thing, that sort of bird hanging onto you. And the rest of you will see her, even as she's kind of talking, taking a look around and clearly scanning out the situation very carefully. And she will say, I don't know how I can repay you for saving me.
Oh, well, it was not done for payment. Are there any other prisoners here?
Prisoners? No, I was the only prisoner.
Well, this
Thank
thing
you
is
for rescuing me, Ignacio, from my prison there in the vessel.
good. I do not think this is long for the air. We should make our way off of the armoire before it crashes.
What? Yes. And you will and this is sort of, I assume now this is after you've been rescued, and sort of as the pieces are sort of finally drifting down, and
Oh, okay.
you'll make your way down to the ground there, and she will look around. She will say to you, I have a name for her. She will say, "My name is Sabasa," and she will say, "Ignacio, I know that name."
I am from Volant. Well, I am from another place, but I came to Volant when I was younger, and it's been many years. I,
You're that Ignacio,
yes,
the hero, the one who led Volant in the last great alliance and the battle against the evil.
yes, I am that Ignacio. And my friends here, they are all the heroes and heroines of their realm.
Wait, so the old heroes have returned?
Yes.
She looks on in wonder. You guys will see her narrow her eyes at that, and she'll go, "Oh, that's wonderful."
Yes, this is Audrey, and this is Charlie, and this is we'll go with David.
David, the other, yes, the other heroes.
There's still some dispute whether it's like
I can't even believe.
this is the Raven. He is the soothsayer.
Oh, oh,
He ages
well,
backwards. It's like Mork from Mork. It's odd.
Merlin.
Oh, like Merlin,
oh, all right.
not like Mork.
And the raccoon friend has kind of come up at this time. You've got the equipment together. You've gathered some of the tinned foods, and she will say, Where do you have a goal? Are there other people? Do you have rebels with you? An alliance support? What kind of forces do you have?"
Armies and armies.
What?
What? What? Charlie, we have just arrived, and we're building our. We're trying to find out what has happened. We understand that the heroes who were here recently have perished.
Yes, the five, as I understand it, fell in a battle against the Almighty Builder.
That's what our friend, our raccoon friend here, and he'll pat him on the shoulder. And
She looks at him, and then she looks back at you. Then you do not know. Do you have a goal, a place you're headed?
hold on just a second. I'm sorry.
We're still getting used to the fact that we're here. To be honest, we've only been here for it's been like a couple of hours, maybe.
Oh, so very freshly arrived.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And you've already defeated the Firefly Baron.
Well, Audrey mostly did it, and David had a lightning gun thing with some lightnings, and I was busy.
Ignacio
exactly.
was dueling directly with the Baron. It was pretty exciting. He's
Well,
so modest.
we should probably be moving in case there might be other forces following, right?
Do you know where we should go?
Yes, I actually do. There is, if we are where we are, this is the Thunder Rex, right? And she'll kind of,
the raccoon.
and he's nodding, and she'll say, well, if I know where we are, then if this is the island, there is a pirate cove, a pirate place called White Venom Harbor, and we could head there. And I know that I have friends there, and certainly they would love to meet you and assist you.
Charlie, it's pirates. This sounds like something maybe you've dealt with through time with foxes. Have you heard of White Venom? No.
Charlie, what do you know about White Venom Harbor?
When she was here, it was a horrible swamp place. It was like if you were there, you had been like sent out from the rest of the group. You were in exile. So she sort of stops and says, "Why are they set up in White Venom Harbor?"
That is where many of those who oppose the builder had gone to.
And so they've all gathered there?
Maybe not all of them. I'm uncertain.
So there's still a good number of them there?
Probably.
She sort of looks at her and goes, "Huh, why would they go there? It's not protected at all."
And things, and she'll look at Ignacio. I'm sure. And she'll kind of touch your arm, Ignacio, and she'll say, "I'm sure that if we go there, we can find help, and certainly." And she'll look at you kind of pleadingly.
Charlie, we have no other leads, and she was a captive. I think that
Yes, a prisoner. I was a prisoner.
we should pursue this. Perhaps many things have changed. Look at all of the ships that have crashed. So much is different. Let's totally go.
And Charlie stops and goes, "What are these ships from?"
From Volant. They're from the human forces of Volant from the war. After Ignacio left.
So, were there human forces before?
You're not familiar? We should walk as I say this. Could we? And she'll kind of gesture in the direction she would like the group to head.
Hey, Lowell, just real quick.
Sure.
Is she acting sketchy?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes.
She is very clearly acting sketchy, and Ignacio is not picking it up whatsoever.
She's all about it.
I want like a detect lies spell or some shit.
Detect lies is too powerful a thing, sir.
Yeah. I think I'll give Charlie a look like,
She sort of stops and says, "Well, why don't you cast the lots and see how our fortunes will go if we go to White Venom Cove?"
Fortunes? Casting? What?
You know, prophecy. It's his specialty. He can practically tell what's going to happen next.
It's a skill.
Oh, really? I see.
Charlie watches her very closely.
So, if we had some bones or some animal entrails, if you have a good cup of tea, maybe.
You know what? There's a
going to happen.
Well, you read the tea
Earwigs
leaves last time.
Yeah, there's earwig entrails everywhere, though.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to use as your prop, Raven?
No. I'm seeing how she's reacting to this.
She's
a little bit.
She is listening very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is how he does it. Interesting.
Hmm.
And then she puts her hand on Ignacio's arm again.
Yeah. I'm going to take out my knife and go butcher nearest earwig to go read his entrails.
All right then. See the raccoon go.
Uh,
I figured there was some already entrailed ones.
Oh yeah, there's some already entrailed ones. That's
Yes.
easier.
Okay. So, do you want to make a discovery test using your ability?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Why don't you make that roll with your
Necromancy.
Yes.
I should really.
And then after that, I'm going to ask D what D is doing while all this is going on.
How do we level up this shit again?
There are experience points, and then you can use experience points to buy advances. You got some last time.
Got 7. How much to bump that up?
10 will bump it up by +1.
All right, it's 2d6, right?
Yep.
Boop boop. Boop boop. Big old 7.
All right. So if we kind of look at that big magic stuff here, hang on a second. So why don't you tell me what's your question? What do you want to know? As you kind of spool through these entrails of this earwig.
I want to know where's the danger when we go with her?
All right. You will certainly have a sense that there are forces laying in wait at that place. You have a sense of it perhaps being under imperial control, kind of thing. Imagine yourself going to Mos Eisley when the Empire is around there, and she is friends with them. That's the impression that you will get.
Okay.
And you will also notice and realize that while you know that, you can't say that to your companions. That's your glitch.
It's nice. It's tasty.
So D, this young woman is sort of hanging on to Ignacio. He's still bleeding, and as he always does, he seems to be just ignoring that wound in his side. What are you doing?
So she went from initially concerned to skeptical to judgmental. So she's been standing here, and her arms have kind of crossed under her breasts, and she's kind of, struck in kind of like an attitudey pose, like, please, bitch, I'm from Detroit, I am buying this. So while he's doing his entraily thing over there, she's just gonna walk past as the piece of the ship she was in kind of floats down. She's like, this is where you came out of, right? She's just gonna walk right in and start digging in there.
Yes, I'd managed to get out in the chaos into one of the staterooms there.
Oh.
What has happened to you all? You've just lost faith? We
You
help
don't
these
want to know
people.
how they're tracking us, Ignacio?
I don't really understand what you mean. They're not tracking us.
They came right to us.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, perhaps your arrival created some sort of magical energy, a beacon of some kind.
which they
That's
can clearly track.
that
So I
makes
think I'm going to
sense.
look in the stateroom of yours to see what I find.
Oh, they put you up in a stateroom? That was nice.
Oh,
That's considerate.
yes.
Well, he's a baron, so
It's almost like you were a guest of honor.
I wouldn't say that. Oh, I am feeling a little tired. And she'll lean on you more, Ignacio.
guys, take it easy. She just went through a forensics plus. Come on, David, you got my back here. I mean, gut reading aside, we should take care of her.
Ignacio, you're right. I do have your back.
There we go.
Dee, do you want to look in the stateroom?
I would like to search
Okay.
through the stateroom.
Then let's have you make a discover check. This seems like a clever thing.
Haha, yay, experience.
Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want.
So you will look around, but to your chagrin and disappointment, you will find no evidence of her being anything but what she said. In fact, you will actually find that there seemed to be some manacles that were there that seemed to indicate that perhaps she was a prisoner. They look very nice and neat, and were in a box for later use, but certainly indicates that. And the raccoon will say, "Can we? It is the Thunder Plains Rex. I would like to be motivating."
Okay.
That's a good idea. Who's Rex? I start walking.
The-
Which direction do you go in, Raven?
I go that way. I go confidently go to the west.
Yeah. She'll say the south is where the White Venom Harbor lies.
Yep.
And she'll look at Ignacio as David starts moving to the west.
Charlie will turn around and say, he read the portents. That's where we're supposed to go. You'll come with us, of course. It'll be safe there.
I will keep you safe.
I put my trust in you. And she'll follow closely beside you.
Ooh, shouldn't you bend head up?
You are hurting quite a bit, Ignacio, now that you notice this. But of course, you want to put on a brave face, right?
Of course. I mean, it's it does. It doesn't feel great.
We can take a few moments to bandage it up.
So we'll assume you guys will move off from the Thunder Rex. You'll be able to bandage Ignacio up. And she looks disconcerted that you're heading west and not south, but she will
Not blow her cover.
clearly follow along and look for an opportunity to assist you, to help you. She's nothing but helpful. She stays very close to Ignacio.
Ignacio does not mind.
So, as you travel, she will explain that the wrecks, since you asked, are from the war that occurred between man and bird in Volant. That after the Battle of the Last Alliance, there was many of the riding animals and the beasts, those things, asked for greater rights, and a struggle ensued. And this was the human fleet that went to fight against the flying beasts and was defeated. and you guys will move on. And let me think here. What is so heading west? So you're moving away from the streams. You're heading west towards the area where the rolling hills lies, and it will get kind of rough, and you'll camp during the night. Tin food will be broken out from what you have there. You can get more fresh water from the streams that you discovered, and the area here is a weirdly even rolling hills. Like you go up 10 feet and then you go down 10 feet and then up 10 feet and down, like someone has done a carpet. And it's a little exhausting here. So anything I should know about your methods of travel or campments or anything special? What is your role in this, Charlie, as you travel?
I take up the opposite side from Little Miss Special from D. So the two of us are walking just behind her, but off on separate things. So if she tries to break off, but essentially it's a very kind of, she keeps pace with D. Let's put it that way. It is, they've said nothing. She says nothing. She just kind of watches her, eyes boring into her back.
And D?
Isn't it night?
It is getting dark, yes.
So, oh no. Actually, I think Dee's not going to say anything till it gets quite dark out, because it's day. But while they're walking, I think instead of watching Feather Girl, she's going to be more interested in her surroundings, because the land they just left was very, very blighted and awful. So she's kind of watching the changing landscape with some interest.
And you will notice, you would have expected there to be more, maybe visible volant up in the sky, but there are just fragments up there, at least in the area around here. And the rolling hills are not as well tended. The ground itself seems to have lost it and been sapped of a little of its vitality, drawn off somehow. What about you, Raven?
I am a little worried about how we're actually going to practically camp in the middle of this terrain in the middle of the night. I'm not adverse to sleeping on the streets and whatnot, but usually I have better shit in my backpack where there's an outlet you can plug into, or, dumpsters you can dive for food. I'm just very concerned about what we're going to eat, where we're going to actually get water from.
Do you want to kind of well, you've got some water with you, you've got some food with you. Do you want to kind of look to find a really good place to set up camp?
I'm going to try, yes.
Okay. Clever or wise, either one of those. If you can justify to me that you know something about camping, and you kind of have.
I think I'm going to go more for wise rather than clever in this case.
Sure.
Because it feels like it's more from experience rather than from being smart about it.
Sounds good.
More like a street cunning, if you will.
All right. Why don't you make a roll for me, sir?
That's +2. Let's see if the dice love me today. Clear. Boop, boop. Oh, the dice do love me. How about a 12?
You will be moving, and in the distance, as you kind of get to the rise of one of the things, you're kind of moving out and kind of circling around looking for a spot. You will actually see, maybe half a mile away, a glow that looks like someone's campfire off that direction. And you can actually hear noise and maybe just a little bit of music.
I'll kind of whistle to get Charlie's attention.
Sure. She'll come and join you.
I think we may have an opportunity up here.
Okay. What kind of music does it sound like, Lowell?
Maybe like guitars and some other stuff. They're actually there seems to be kind of a beat to what they're doing. Maybe even a little bit of like bongo kind of going on over there. That's what you're hearing.
Is it jaunty or creepy?
More jaunty.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Ignacio, during this process, this traveling, let me ask you, and now that this has been brought to your attention, what are you doing? What do I need to know?
Oh, we just stopped. That is point of order. We did talk about stopping to heal. Can I actually heal any of the harm that?
Yeah, you can heal one of those harm boxes right now.
One harm? Okay, so I'm down to just 3 harm. That's
because you're still kind of on the move.
Yeah, totally cool. I've made that adjust. He's walking with the spear. One hand, I assume that our wonderful guest. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this. Sabasa, that she's still staying near, and he's playing up the hero bit. It's good. This definitely plays to the ego that he had. So he's trying to be kindly and watch over her and ignoring the weird and evil looks that he gets from his friends. He doesn't even get that at all. But yeah, he's mostly leaning on the spear from time to time when they go over particular rocks or pieces of old broken ships. When the music comes, he'll kind of listen to it on the wind, and we should go there. That seems like an excellent place to make camp, and we could meet some friends, find out other information.
And I assume the group will head that direction?
Yep.
Okay. With a little bit of caution, I assume, to get a gauge of the situation before you waltz in?
Yes.
Okay. So up the hills, down. As you get closer, there's a little bit of a doom 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 sort of guitar sound, and then there's actually a little bit of crooning, maybe a voice, and as you come over the last rise, you will see that there is a group of rats. They're about 4.5 feet tall. They've got on kind of vests and jackets, and they've got collars, but they've got loosened ties, and they've got little short half pants, and they're playing music and smoking cigars and drinking and enjoying themselves. There's about 6 of them. Looks like they've got
jazz rats.
Yes.
Awesome.
So one of them has a beret. It's at a jaunty angle.
I love it.
And they've got looks like equipment laid out and stuff, and they seem to be practicing. And one of them, he's got sunglasses on, even though it's super dark out. And he'll say, "Hey, man, hey, stop! Dig it!" And they'll all turn to look in your direction.
Charlie waves. These are the kind of people she likes. So she moves forward. Hey, jazz rats. I mean, it's still jazz rats, right?
Well, technically we're jazz rats, but we're more avant-garde jazz rats.
Really?
We're not down with the mainstream. We didn't sell out like some of the other jazz rats. We are marginal.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they will say, yeah, hey, y'all, hey, you got a raccoon, and and looks like a hawk woman, and you four, why don't you all come in and join the circle?
Sure.
Thank you. You're very kind.
And they'll look at you because you're all significantly taller than them, and they do seem to realize that you don't look like other people to them, but they don't seem to mind, and they'll offer you. They've got a stew going there, and they'll offer you that, and then they offer you bourbon in these tumblers that they pour out. Bourbon?
Yes, definitely yes.
There you go. There you go. Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
absolutely, man. Totally. Like, for
They're
real.
they're riffing even as they're talking
Are
with
they
you.
rat-sized, or are
No,
they...
they're about 4.5 feet tall.
Okay, they're demi-human size. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
they're demi-human rats. They're looking at you. They've got that cute little pink on them, and they got the whiskers that's going on. Got the rat ears in their hats. Kind of a rat pack going on here as well. And they are relaxing. Does anyone? Hey, any of you cool cats wanna smoke?
What you got, man?
We just got these cigars.
Are
He'll hold
they-
out a box of cigars.
Dee will totally try one.
Oh yeah.
How is it?
It is certainly not pure tobacco.
Is it? Yeah.
There might be some of the Mary Jane in there.
Good.
And the lead rat will look at you and he will say, "So I'm Nep. That's me. I'm sort of the band leader here. So what's your deal? 'Cause I thought this was Squaresville out here with nobody around, and we were doing the crisscross, as you know."
Well, I'm Charlie, and
Okay.
and we came back because apparently there's some problems here, so we were called back. So we're here to deal with the builder.
Music, probably a guitar string, twing, when you say the builder.
She goes, I know. It's going to be dangerous.
Oh, you don't want to mess with the builder. He's building things. He's changing things all over the place. He got people with him. Got allies. People that have gone over to his side. Lots of weird stuff.
What kind of allies?
And he'll look at the woman next to Ignacio, and he'll say, allies? Various kinds?
And
Keep it on the DL, man. It's all good.
Yeah. It's all cool. It's all cool. But no, man, you don't want to get messed up in that. I mean, he's a bad man.
Shut your mouth.
We think he's a man. We don't know what he is, and he did a riff track all over those heroes. They're all gone. You know, I mean, the Jungle Queen's gone, and then the Stranger's gone. And somebody will say the sword bearer too. Yeah, and the tricky one and sorceress, all of them, smack them down. You don't want to be heroes in a time like this.
Ain't no better time to be a hero.
Fair enough.
When
Good
trouble
song's
happens, that's when the heroes come. It's when there's trouble.
Okay. They're kind of looking at you oddly. Well, then where are you headed?
Kind of just walking the path, man.
Yeah, we really should be headed to the the White Venom Harbor.
Oh, no,
Explore
you don't
where
want to
we're
go to White Venom. No, we just came from there. And bad stuff going down. Builders people all over the place. They got it locked down tight.
I give Ignacio a look.
She goes, "Oh no, that's terrible, my friends."
You think your friends are in trouble?
Yes, I fear for their safety.
Guys, we can't.
Believer? You're right.
No, we'll have to take with us until we get sufficient forces to go back to White Venom Cove and free anyone who's been mm, put down by the builder.
I think that's a fantabulous idea. What they got to eat, man?
Oh, they got a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll pull it out. They got all kinds of cheese here. Soft, hard, green, blue. It's all kinds.
We got some nachos.
Nachos? What's a nacho? Oh,
It's like a pita, man, except hard.
like a
Made of
pita,
corn.
except hard.
Made of
Oh,
corn.
oh. Well, no, we don't know anything like that. That sounds like wild stuff. Wild and crazy things, man.
Oh, it's great, man, with cheese.
Any of you guys play?
That's a good question.
Nothing so regulated as that.
Don't you sing, Dee?
Well, sing, play on whatever tree happens to be handy.
Oh, don't be modest. Sing like an angel.
We got a set of bongos if you want to wail. Come on, Daddy-O.
I can make some noise.
They'll hold out the bongos to
Oh,
you.
she'll totally take them.
Okay. And anybody else?
Oh no, Charlie acts like she's excited, and she goes and she sits down next to Sabasa, and she scoots closer by on the log so she can't get away, kind of shoulder to shoulder with her.
See her look. Her hand may be resting close to a boot knife, but then it goes back.
Yeah, that's right.
And you guys will play. They will play as long as you let them, until you become exhausted, until you just absolutely have to lay down. And they've got some extra bed rolls and stuff that they'll lay out for you.
Yeah, man.
And
These guys are too right.
yeah, even as you're going to lay down, they're still probably playing. Maybe a few of them pulling down hats and leaning back against a rock and taking a few Z's that way.
I totally want to come out of this encounter with a hat.
And you guys will sleep. I assume that a certain amount of awareness is put into keeping Sabasa from...
Taking a scram, yes.
All right. She will recognize that. And in the morning, this group of hungover jazz rats will say, if you guys want to get anywhere, we do know where you ought to go from here.
Perfect. Where's that?
Well, I know that there's a dude who runs a land shark service off to the west. And I know it's kind of scarce for people around here, so maybe he'd help you out. We're not heading that way. We're going to keep going north. But he should be able to get you to every which way that you want to go. Are you heading like in the path, following the steps of the other heroes, or what?
Let's just say the heroes are making their new path.
Okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
the last
Daddy-O.
path wasn't too successful for the heroes, so maybe a new path is a good idea.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, make your own story. Yeah, that's cool. They will give you a bottle of bourbon.
Shit, yeah.
They will offer you some additional clothing. They've got some nice penny loafers that they'll offer you for shoes, since you don't have shoes, Raven.
That's right, I only have one.
Yeah. They're very nice. They're shiny.
Man.
They clearly have taken care of them. They got an
Oh,
extra thing.
I couldn't possibly, man. You
Oh
sure?
no, man, that is the code of the road. When you meet up with other hepcats like you got to do right by them, and you're gonna pass it on like heroes, right?
Yes, indeed. I do a complicated, like, handshake kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, they do that.
Oh, I hug this guy. I'm about to cry.
All right. They hand some cheese off to you, and one of the guys will come over to you, Raven, since you've been eyeing the stuff, and he'll say, why don't you take this beret, man?
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, man. You're with it. You take the beret.
I get down on my knees so we can look eye to eye. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good on you. That's sweet.
Wait.
Awesome.
Jaunty.
Excellent. And Dee, while you're kind of getting your things together, one of the rats will come over to you. The bongo rat kind of got it under his arms, and he will say, you know she's a bad guy, right?
Yeah, we pretty much all do.
Oh, good.
But thank
'Cause
you. You're so
it's,
cool of you to say something.
it seems like your friend is buying into it hard.
Yeah, we're pretty much just taking everything she says and doing the opposite.
Yeah, I would do that. She's clearly mucked up. She's with like a builder's agent. All those Hawk people, the survivors from Valant, they all joined up with the builders.
Yeah, that's good to know, man.
Yeah, you take it easy now.
Yeah, stay cool.
Yeah, always. Frosty. And they will gather themselves up, and they get on their wagon, when the kind of little cart, and they pull it on, and the wagon just starts rolling. And they will start playing. They pull out little saxophones, and they will start doing that as they roll away.
Nothing is more mournful than a sax, departing in the distance.
One of them stands up and does the whole lifting the sax up there for the solo.
Beautiful.
I love these guys. I love these guys.
And I assume you proceed on in the direction that they suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And you will travel perhaps another half day when you will see a set of buildings that they described to you. It looks like maybe an abandoned village, and you can see that there's a castle next to it, and you hear a kind of a like someone's ruffling cellophane, that sound, or opening like raisinets in the theater, and they're crunching it, or unwrapping something, while it's supposed to be quiet. It's that sound is kind of carrying around. And you'll see there's an enormous hand-painted sign that says, "Land Sharks for Hire."
Like a quality hand-painted sign, or a tacky, like the backwards S kind of a sign?
It's someone has clearly spent some time on it,
Yeah.
done it carefully. They don't clearly have made some mistakes and then tried to desperately kind of paint over, so that it's actually probably layered with the writing there. And
Right on.
you will see this little person, little animal person will look at, we kind of see figures, and he kind of jumps to, see him put on a little sailor's hat, and comes running over to greet all of you. And I've got a picture of him, which I will also drop into the thing if I can find it.
Okay.
Where is that? I've got to scroll down. Okay, and save, and then we're gonna add image. That is what he looks like.
Okay.
You fine folks, looks like you've been needing a land shark, right?
Oh,
We do, sir.
Excellent. That's great, because I've got one, and if you don't don't have him take things, and he get mighty angry, and I haven't had a lot of people for a while. So yeah, where you all be heading then?
Well, actually, what is the destination that you would suggest?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. What do you need to be doing?
Saving the world.
Oh, that's a big one.
I know. That's
Okay.
why we thought we better consult.
Oh, so you want to go someplace heroic?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think then.
We could take options and then discuss those too.
Oh,
Pros, cons, that sort of thing.
okay. Okay. Well, one place you could go is the Rolling Hills. I know that the stranger came from there. He was one of the new heroes. And I know that some of the refugees from the Stone Valleys were there, and they got all kinds of knowledge and stuff. So you might go there. Or let me think. The other place that you could go, you could go to the McGillicuddy. Um, that's out a ways, sort of hidden away, and that's where people go when they need to get away and find out what their destiny is. Um, or you could go to the Undermountain. We could take you there.
The Undermountain.
Oh yeah, that's where the goblins are. If you got stuff to trade, then that's a good one to get information from the goblins there, because they managed to get away from the builder, so they haven't had to mess with him. At least not yet. Eventually, I'm sure he'll build down there, but he's been working on the land mostly.
What is the builder building?
Oh, who knows? He builds all kinds of stuff. He builds buildings. He builds machines. He just changes things. That's what he does. All kinds of stuff. He and his people, they cut up stuff and they build it and they make it and they stack it and they build new things. Somebody said, this is what I heard. Now I'm not the cat's pajamas, but I have been able to pick up some information over time. So I heard that the builder is trying to build to a place like to get through one of the doors, and like that's what I heard.
He's trying to get out of here?
I don't know. I heard that he's trying to get to some like nether place to get to there.
I'm watching What's Her Face this whole time.
She's just very blank, watching, maybe a little irritated at the cat.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the places that I think you could go. If I were you, but I'm no hero. I'm just a land shark captain. So, I may not know the which for from where thing.
She sort of stops and says, well, I have been to the Undermountain before. Phew. Last time I went, we went through the whirlpool.
Oh yeah, we'd have to go down the whirlpool to get there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Can you do that on a land shark?
Yeah. See, what we have to do is I have to change the fins out, and when we get out there, because I keep the spare ones for him. Because sometimes he likes to go frolic in the ocean, don't you know?
Well, I think the Undermountain would be a fine place to go. But that's just me. Of course, the Rolling Hills is nice too.
Well, do you wanna think on it while I get Bessie ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you'll see him walk a ways away and pulls out a little whistle. don't hear it, but you'll see this enormous 12-foot fin come gliding through and sort of cutting a line in the ground over and kind of stops in front of him. And you see him kind of start petting the fin, clearly treating the land shark with some familiarity.
Okay.
Do you guys wish to discuss?
Yes. What do you guys think? I mean, Rolling Hills, there's refugees. They might know more about the builder than anyone else. There's the McGillicuddy. I've never been there, but it sounds interesting.
It does sound
Under
very interesting.
mountains, which are super cool. But we don't have a lot to trade yet.
Right.
Well, we have one thing to trade.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the value of that is, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Refugees, we could potentially find allies there. We could perhaps build an army.
Well, we could at least find some stuff out. Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
She still watches with deep suspicion.
Who is she watching?
All of you.
Really?
Except for Ignacio. She pretty much just hangs on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And the captain will come back over, and he'll say, "Oh, you know what? I don't think I introduced myself, did I then?"
No, but we didn't want to involve you if you didn't want to be. That's why we told you we were heroes.
Oh, so if I tell you my name, I'm caught up in the whole story then?
It could happen.
Oh, but if I was caught up in the story, then people would hear the name, and maybe they'd come to ride in the land shark.
Ooh, that's the point. All right.
It's like a viral marketing, that kind of thing, right?
Guerrilla marketing.
Oh, guerrilla marketing. No, we
They're
don't
the
have any
best
gorillas.
marketers.
That's down in the wild.
Yeah.
Wildlands, they've got the gorillas.
It's word of mouth.
Silverbacks.
It's word of mouth advertising.
Word of mouse, oh yes. Oh, I love word of mouse. So tasty. So delicious. Oh, sorry. So my name is Bosun Witchcalm, and I will be your pilot for this journey on the land shark. Have any of you ridden a land shark before?
Nope.
All right. Well, when you get in, you're going to want to watch the teeth. All right. And here's the thing. There are a couple sets of them, so you're really going to mind the gap there. All right?
All right. That sounds fun. So it's sort of like a ghost shark, but more corporeal, right?
Oh, no, see, people ride the ghost whales and things like that. That's no fun. That's no fun. I mean,
This
you
is
can
more
see
fun.
things and it's more comfortable, but that's no fun. Gotta ride in a land shark.
Okay. Well, I haven't done it yet.
When you say in,
He means in.
Yeah. You have to get in the belly of the beast.
okay, as long as we're not paying in teeth.
Now, the only thing is, one thing, no fires. You can't light any fires while you're inside the land shark.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. But I got tins of biscuits in there and some saucers of milk, if you like that. And I've got some old magazines that washed up on shore. So they're there as well. I think they're called the highlights.
I remember those.
Oh, yeah. I love them to dearly death. And he'll gesture, and you will see the ground tremble and crack, and you will see this enormous great white shark kind of muscle its way, shake its way up to the surface. And imagine this is a shark with a 12-foot or taller fin, so the land shark itself is pretty huge. And it has those cold, dead shark eyes, and it opens its mouth. And you can see the teeth there, and they're shining, and the tongue kind of rolls out like a carpet.
Awesome. I start walking forward.
Wilson, I just grab her shoulder real quick. What's
Yes?
what's the fare on a land shark these days?
Oh gosh, sorry, it's been so a bit since I had people. Usually they offer a trade good or something like that. What do you got?
How's the treasure map?
Ooh, you got a treasure map.
Yep, right here. I remember from when I was here before.
Oh, wait, it's in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can pull it out?
Not like
What?
Yep.
Where's that raccoon? Where's his backpack? I'll start rummaging through.
Okay. His backpack is there. It's got the little camping gear and tin food and stuff.
Yep. Is there say a tuna-shaped can?
I don't know. Is there?
We could get lucky.
You tell me.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll pull out the tuna-shaped can, and you'll see him kind of go stock still. Yes, that'll be enough. Can I have that?
Let's say.
Oh, what? Yes.
Let's say this and another free ride in the future.
Oh, you got a saucy tassel or a piece of string or something to throw in?
Just a second.
Okay. It better be saucy. Better jangle. If you want a free ride later.
Do you know what's in this can? Do you know what's in this can?
I know what's in that can. So delicious. So tasty. You know what is? You know what I love? Is when you open it, the music of that. The sound when you turn the opener, those notes just roll over. So good. So heavenly. So what about that tassel?
You know what? Tell you what. Here's the can.
Oh, I'll just put that in my little bag underneath my cable knit sweater. Okay. Tucks that in.
And if we happen to find a tassel, your name is at the top of the list.
Okay. So now where are we going then?
Rolling Hills.
Okay.
Okay, Rolling Hills it is.
All right then. Hop on in here, and I'll walk you on in, and he'll walk into the shark's mouth.
Well, it's clearly been domesticated, so I don't see a problem with this.
Yes, I was already in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I'll follow.
okay, you will walk in. You kind of get past the throat. There's a little shark uvula hanging down. You have to duck, and you will see what looks like kind of a doctor's waiting room. Okay. The panels are sort of pink and a little bit interior shark fleshy, but there is a room and there are mismatched chairs and a little low table and some magazines laid out, and it looks like there's a little box with snacks. And you can hear there's some sort of music, and you'll hear dun, 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 dun. And he goes, yeah, that's the girl from Panamania. It loops. It's a good song. You better get used to it. And he will gesture you towards the chairs. Yes, you have a question?
Oh, just I think maybe a quick break for at least one of our members.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will take a pause there while she yogurts. Oh, you guys are doing all kinds of chat things that I should have been looking at.
all good.
Sorry. It
Right,
wasn't doing the thing where it signals me that the things are popping up in chat for some reason.
Yeah, well, Google's decided that since no one's choosing to go to their new Hangouts, they're just going to reduce functionality of the good one.
So obnoxious.
Now I want yogurt.
The raccoon comes in. He looks a little nervous when he comes in because it is an enormous shark. He kind of steps over the teeth very carefully, and we'll get that set.
Ooh, I have a thing we could do while we're waiting,
Sure,
if you want.
absolutely.
Sabasa,
Yes.
you're from Volant, right?
Well, part of Volant.
Which part?
Well, after the war, many of the humans we had to flee, and we were scattered on the lower islands, or many of us had to live on the ground.
Hmm.
So, yes,
I don't judge. That's okay. There are
Oh.
lots of good grounders.
Yes, there are. I suppose, but yes, the birds and the griffins and all of those, they took over most of the islands and made them into nests.
Hmm.
It was terrible when they rebelled and drove us out. But that's a long time ago. That certainly happened when I was young.
The Griffins drove you out?
The great ostriches, the griffins, the manticores, all of the flying beasts that were there, they drove us out. They demanded that Valant was theirs.
It's madness.
Yes, absolute madness. And certainly nothing we did would be any way, shape, or form considered as driving them to that.
Perhaps there was a misunderstanding, or the builders could have tainted their minds. We'll fix this. We'll figure out what has happened to our home.
Where are you from? I mean, I know that you and the others are from a different place, but where is that? The same place the other heroes came from?
Yes. Yes, it's a place far away that it seems very few people can travel to here from there. Only those that seem to be chosen.
Well, what? But what makes you special?
I don't understand. I don't know myself. I was very young when I first came, and I came here for many years and aged to the point where I no longer had the childlike wonder that I had before. I don't even understand why I was called back. There has been a cycle for many generations as children who are brave of heart and true of spirit, and Dave, they joking, Raven, I'm joking. They're chosen. They come through a portal. It could be a looking glass. It could be a wardrobe. There are many stories of those of us who are chosen, and then it's someday we're no longer children, and there's another generation that's chosen.
It seems like a terrible thing to be pulled away from your home. That must be terrifying for children. Perhaps we could find a way to stop this.
I wouldn't say coming to a place of majesty and beauty with intelligent people like yourself I would not say that's a punishment at all. I would say that some of the best moments of my life were when I was here, and I've yearned for it. I had given up until I was called again.
Well, perhaps we can satisfy those desires.
Perhaps.
For adventure, we can find something
Oh,
for you to do.
yes, it seems like we're on an adventure. We need to save your friends who are threatened by the builder, and we have to build an army, and we have to defeat the builder. We have many things ahead of
Yes,
us.
well, many things, and the builder is among them. Yes, um, uh, but you know that the new heroes, that one of them was not from beyond.
No.
Yes,
Where were they from?
as I understand it, the one of the heroes was actually born in uh, the rolling hills, and took up the mantle, uh, uh, and was most unusual. No one has done that before from our world.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. I hadn't heard of that.
No, it was the strange thing that was most unusual on the intelligence that we get. I mean, the things that we found out about the five, the rumors and legends that we heard. Um, so, yes, perhaps we will find out the secret when we reach the rolling hills.
Yeah, perhaps we will.
And the shark's mouth will close with a kind of a finality, as the teeth come together. And you'll realize that the cat isn't in here with you. Um, he's clearly gone back outside. And there's kind of a light that comes in through the walls, kind of a pinkish light. And you will hear, "This is your captain. We are now beginning our descent. We will be diving about 10 feet, and then we'll be moving forward towards the rolling hills. There are snacks provided in the box, so please help yourselves. Thank you for riding in this land shark." And you will feel the rumble of this thing, and it will go out, and it is not the smoothest ride, and it will head out. And I think that's probably a good place for us to stop, since it is about 11:30. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
We did
Yeah.
some journey stuff, some setup things. We'll get to some more action and adventure next time, but we are on the route. So let's quickly go through and look at experience points. Let me pull up my thing for experience. Everybody marked for failing rolls. Didn't do too many rolls for you, but let me get to my other question thing here. Doop, doop. You discovered something about the realm. You protected and aided some citizens. So I'm going to give you 2 GM points, and then what did you guys get key-wise, you think? I know Rich probably got some points there.
I hope that I received the key of naivete.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
I will say certainly, and I think with that, you got the full 3 points on that one.
Hey, I wasn't sure, but that sounds
Yes.
great. I'll take it.
Anybody else have something you want to mark?
Key of Faith, just because the rats and the land shark and all of that stuff, she was all on board for that.
Okay.
If that seems okay, or
Yeah, that seems fine to
okay.
me. Andrea, I think a point for your first attempt to protect Ignacio by going into the to the ship there. Does that seem like a reasonable thing?
I'll take it.
Okay. What about you, Misha? Anything?
I don't think I hit anything.
Okay. I will again try next time to keep an eye on people's keys to put those opportunities in front of you. I'm still getting used to this, so tell me if you need me, if there's something you want or something you want me to hit, and I'll try and move things that way. Feedback notes are certainly welcome.
More jazz rats.
More jazz rats. All
They
right.
were awesome.
I'm gonna
Jazz rats are the
stop.
best. There's so many cool, fanciful things to this world. I really like it a lot.
Good. I'm gonna stop recording.